This is alphacruz again, coming off a different deck list. I had an appropriate Exodia deck mainly, and I love Exodia no matter what. That's why I got the playmat. And this is my constellar deck. I had made a constellar Exodia deck, which is good, but I decided to take Exodia out. So this is just a purely constellar deck. It has OTKs in it and everything. So let's get this started. We'll start off with the monsters. There's 18 monsters. I run 3 constellar sight. Pretty much they're Cyber Dragon. Your opponent has a monster, special summon it, and it can copy any constellar's level in the graveyard or on the field, and makes it easy to overlay. So just gives you that extra push. Three Constellar's Palooks. This is the key card to doing a lot of combinations in this deck. When it's normal summon, you can normal summon another constellar card on the field, which you can pretty much chain. So bring him out, he lets you summon another constellar card in addition to your normal summon. Does the same thing, do it over, and then bring out another one. So if you have sight, bring him out normally, bring out pretty much 2 more, then have the last one bring out a different one. That's 5 monsters on the field off the back. Three Constellars Algidi. It's pretty much like the other one, except when he's normal summon, you can special summon a constellar card. So he stops the chain after that, but you can still go off of that. Another key monster for this deck is Constellar Sombre. Pretty much, if it's sent to the graveyard at the turn that it's sent, you can normal summon another constellar card with 1 less tribute. So I believe you can bring out anyone that you want, pretty much replacing him with another one. Or when you normal summon him, you can activate his effect to remove a constellar card from play from your graveyard and bring another constellar card that's in your graveyard as well to your hand, and then which automatically activates his last effect to normal summon a constellar. So pretty much as long as you have 2 in the graveyard, bring him out. That's an instant bringing out 2 constellar cards to the field, and you can overlay for that. The key level increaser and decreaser is Constellar Caius. Pretty much lets you increase up to twice per turn. You can increase the constellar's level by 1 or decrease it by 1. So you can fluctuate, and like with sight, you could bring out anything from a level 2 to a level 6 right off of his first initial summoning. You could go to 8, 7, so forth for anything you want. Pretty much you have in there at least 2 turns, or have 2 Caiuses on the field. That's the key card to bring out anything. Then I run 2 ghost ships. You may ask why. To bring this card out, you have to remove a light monster from your graveyard, special summon it. Pretty much you have 2. This whole deck is light. So let's say you bring out 2 Caius. No, not Caius. Palooks. Let's say you bring out 2 Constellar Palooks. You can exceed summon for that warrior card. I'll get to in a few. By detaching 2, his attack becomes double, which is 4,000. Then you can remove those 2 from play, special summon these 2, and bring out Pallades. His requirements is only that it's a 2 level 5 light monsters. And then you can bounce their monster, they're wide open, and that will be, I believe, 65 damage. Last monster is Honest. The whole deck is light. They attack you, you honest them, you gain their opponent's attacking monster's attack until the end turn. End phase. Now for the magics, I run only, for now, 2 Constellar Star Chart. I got a 3rd one, but pretty much when you exceed summon for a Constellar card, you draw a card. You only activate this effect once per turn. So pretty much exceed, draw a card. Thins out the deck. Free draw, and it's continuous. I run 2 Wonder Wands. So let's say you manage to have 2 constellars LGD. Equip 1 to 1 to both of them. You draw 4 cards. You're drawing 2 for each one, because they're spellcasters. So that gives it draw power. And I put in 2 cards from the sky. Since there are 9 targets. No, scratch that. There are 7 targets for this card. You can remove either Sight, Sombre, or Honest. Remove it from play, draw 2 cards. If you already have the field presence on the lock, then you just drawing more cards. And all the cards removed from play you can bring back with this deck. 2 XYZ bursts, so just bring out M7 or any other level 6 or higher XE monsters. Destroy everything face down. Two dualities just to search. Get what you need off the back. 1 reinforcement of the army to search for Palooks. Not only 1 fire information Sinki to search out Caius. Like, the deck draws a lot, so you won't need to summon that many Caiuses in your hand. All the cards is limited removal. Since most of their Exceed cards are machines, why not go for a KO or more damage? I run Infernal Reckless Summoning. Let's say you normal summon Constellar Algidi. You could special summon, or even by itself, just special summon Caius. Especially if they have a sea monster, special summon Caius. Sight. Play Infernal Reckless Summoning. They're supposed to bring out copies of their monster, but their extra deck is not their regular deck, so they can't bring it out. And you can bring out 2 more Sights. And then you can normal summon for, like, say, Palooks, and bring out Caius. Have Caius increase him by 1 to 5, and have 2 of them copy, and then increase them to 6 and copy for a 6. And you have a Exceed 5 rank, a rank 5 on the field, and a rank 6 on the field. One pot of Avarice to recycle. Draw power a little bit more. Staples, Heavy Storm, Dark Hole, Monster Reborn. I don't run that many traps because I don't care about them, but I do run 2 Royal Decrees, so I don't worry about no goddamn traps. Just negate all the traps on the field point blank, and normally I'll activate it on my opponent's end phase. And if he can't do nothing, Exceed for get a rank 6 on the field, and play XYZ Burst since they're face down, destroy all his face down. And if his monster's face down too, that too, XYZ Burst destroys all set cards. And then pretty much go off after that. And if he can't activate traps in response, because Royal Decree will already been negating their traps. But just in case you don't have it in time, Solemn Judgment. Or if you activate Royal Decree and they activate a quick play or another trap like Dark Bribe to negate it, activate Solemn Warning, negate their counter trap, and then Royal Decree goes through. But even if you have Royal Decree on the field, you could use Pilates to bounce, and then play unlimited return from a different dimension. All your monsters that are removed, if you didn't win already, or if you just want to finish them off, you can XYZ Burst while this is on the field, have Pilates bounce this card so you can activate traps, and then activate return from a different dimension. There will be a lot of remove from play monsters. You just choose whatever you want and Exceed for whatever you want to finish them off. Judgment's yours. For the extra deck, 1 Constellar Paracep. Pretty much during damage calculation, you can detach a card from him to power up any Constellar card. And he's a machine type, so let's say you attack, detach, he's 34, and limited removal, that's 68 damage. Just by him by himself. But this deck normally brings out 2 Xyzs at the same time. 2 Constellar Omegas. You can, once per turn, during either player's turn, you can detach 1 XYZ material from this card. All Constellar monsters you currently control are unaffected by spell trap cards this turn. Or if you chose to put Royal Decree, turn to tribute, activate his effect, they summon a monster, turn to tribute, their monster will be destroyed while your Constellar cards will just be there fine. That's just another exampled if you want to. I like running 3 constellar Pallades. Pretty much during either player's turn, you can bounce any card on the field to your opponent's hand. I say that's kind of broken, and I love that card effect. And he's a quick play, a quick effect monster. So as soon as they draw or they summon a monster, just bounce that shit. Or wait for them to exceed, bounce. The exceed will go back to the extra deck and thinning out their hand. Two constellar M7s. With M7, you can bring him out with this deck too. Or you can use the secondary effect to overlay him on any constellar XYZ card already, and their attachments become his attachments as well. And his effect is once per turn, during your turn only. You can detach a card and put any monster on the field, or in the graveyard to your hand, that player's hand, who it belongs to. So you can recycle Honest or whatever other light monsters you have in your graveyard that you want to recycle and keep going on from there. Gaga Cowboy for a staple, mainly for summoning him in the defense mode to finish your opponent off. While he's in defense mode, inflict 800 damage. If he's in attack mode, he gains 1000 attack, and opponent monster loses 500 during damage calculations only. This is the card I was talking about. Excalibur. You have 2 Palooks on the field. They are warriors, so you can bring him out and pretty much detach both. He becomes 4000. Now you have 2 light monsters in the graveyard. You can use Ghost Ship to remove both of them from play. And what I like bringing out, even though it's common, I like bringing out Sark Fortress. With his effect, you detach and select one of your other monsters on the field, and it can attack twice. And since you detach twice with him, he's 4000, and you bring him out with Ghost Ship. Use him to bring him on him. He attacked twice. That's 4000. That's 8000 total. That's one of my OTKs. Don't really use it much, but just in case. Number 39, Herald Crest. When he summons to the field, he negates all other XC monsters' effects. And then once per turn, you can detach. Once per turn, you select one XYZ monster on the field. He becomes that XYZ monster's name and has their ability. So then you detach and use, if your opponent has an XYZ, use their own effect against them. And their effect is already negated, so they can't really do much. Wind up Arsenal's and Mayo. If you have them locked with Rory Decree, just pop their face down cards. Another one is Gaia Dragon. Pretty much overlay him on the 5s that are here. Or you can use Shard Drake's effect. Like, bring out a Pallades, bounce a card, overlay for M7. Then bring out, if you can, another level 5, two more level 5s. Bring out Shark Fortress. That's only if you have the Constellars on the field and not the Warriors. Then you'll have him target M7 to attack twice. And then you'll place Gaia on top of Shark Fortress. Doesn't negate his effect that was already activated. Then with M7 attacking twice and Gaia, that's exactly 8000. That's another OTK. And just one starter's Dragon. Because in the side deck, I run Starlight Road. So negate anything that it destroys and bring out starters. I'll show you my side deck at next time. It could be whatever you want, but this is my constellar deck as of 2013. Comment, and if you have any ideas, just hit me up.